up, my honey bunnies, and welcome back to the Cruelty Free Vanity. Today I have a first impression video on a product that recently came out. But first I want to talk about this lighting. Let me know how you guys like this lighting, because for Christmas I did get another softbox. So now I have one on each side. From what I'm seeing on the viewfinder, I feel like it looks way better, more crisp. You can see everything on my skin, and as you can see, my skin has been really acting up. So I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the new EcoTools Perfecting Blender Duo. It comes with two little sponges for $9.99, so 10 bucks. And I got this at Ulta. A friend of mine on Instagram, she goes by AshCap. She had posted a picture on her Instagram about the whole collection that she saw at Ulta, and I was like, oh my god, I need to go get it. And I actually did. That same night I went and checked out Ulta to see if they had it. I was actually going to Ulta regardless to get some wax, but they didn't have my wax. First, I'm just going to read to you what it says. Okay, so it says it's the Perfecting Blender Duo. It's designed in two sizes and densities to create a camera ready look. The large base blender is soft and flexible to create a light buildable coverage. And then the smaller one, which is the mini detail blender, it's firmer for more precise coverage. It says look and live beautifully with unique eco foam technology made out of 70% plant-based materials. So it's latex free, dermatologist tested, and 100% vegan, which is amazing for me. Okay, so it says unlock your true beauty. Use sponge, wet or dry. You guys know that I do not use the beauty blender. I don't use that one because it's so expensive. Honestly, 20 bucks for one little sponge is way too much. Ooh, there's a little coupon in here. Okay, so right off the bat, I can tell you that yes, the little one is way firmer and the big one is way more spongy. Before I go and wet them, I just want to show you the shape and, you know, the way they look. They're the same shape, just different sizes. They both have a really flat edge right here and then a smaller edge here. Okay, so I did wet them. They're nice and big now. This one is so spongy. I am really liking the way this one feels. This one is a little more dense. And just to compare the dense one, the more dense one, with my 100% pure sponge, this one is supposed to be very dense and it is way denser than this one. So even though it is a little denser than the bigger one, it's not as dense as the 100% pure, just in case you guys have ever tried this. I'm going to be using the 100% pure healthy skin foundation, and since this is not my color right now, it's a little darker, I am going to be mixing it with the Imani Hydra foundation in the color Oyster Beige, and this is Peach Bisque. And I'm sorry if you guys hear any noise in the background. My wife is watching Frozen and she has to watch it so loud. I don't understand why. Anyways, I'm just mixing both of them up on the back of my hand. I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. Oh my god, I'm really loving this lighting. Gotta give thanks to my wife for getting me another softbox. I'm going to use the flatter side just to, like, you know, blend that out. Alright, so first off, it blends my foundation so quick. The sponge is not keeping the foundation, at least not a lot of it. I mean, it's only a little bit on there. I'm really liking it, so I'm going to go and do the other side. Okay, so there you have it. That was my foundation. I absolutely love it. I think it's perfect for your foundation because it blends it out so quickly with concealer. I'm going to try one side with this sponge, and then I'm gonna try the other side with a smaller sponge. Let's see how that works. Okay, so for concealer, I'm just gonna be using my Cover FX contour palette. I'm gonna be using this shade right here, which is number 3, and I'm just gonna apply it with my fingers. I'm gonna be using the shorter flat side. Again, there's really hardly any product on my sponge, but I will say that this is way too big for, like, you know, concealer, especially if I want to get all up in there. I mean, you can do it, but I think the smaller one is going to be better. For this, I am going to be using the smaller one. So yeah, you can definitely feel that this is way more dense. So the denser side gives you a more fuller coverage, which I've noticed with the concealer. I don't know if you can see that. This is way more covered than this one, so it definitely will be using this one for concealer instead of the big one. I'm gonna apply more concealer. I do really like this one as well. I thought I wasn't gonna like it as much as the big one because the big one is way more soft and bouncy. But this one's really nice for concealer and like really packing on the coverage. I really am impressed with both of them already. I'm also gonna be trying it with contour or bronzer, whatever. I'm gonna be using this darker shade right here. Even the edge right here, I feel like it's gonna be great to pick up your product. So you have that product right there, and you can just stamp it onto your skin. And then you can just blend it out. Alright, so that actually did a really good job at blending everything. I'm really liking it. Alright, so since I'm going to be using a cream blush today, I thought it would be a great idea to use the sponge to see how it, blends. Usually I just use my finger and just blend it out. But I'm going to use the little one and the big one on each side. I'm going to use the rounder part. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of product with my finger because this is really pigmented. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but the denser one definitely packs more coverage. I have way more like color on this side than on this side. So, all right, so now on to my thoughts. I love these. They actually work so good. I was so impressed. Even though this is supposed to be the denser one, it's still very spongy and soft. Not as soft as this one, but still it's very soft. As far as any cons, I don't find any cons on these sponges. Maybe that this one is a little too big, but I mean, you can use this one if you don't want to use the big one. Obviously, this is my first time using it. Who knows how long they're gonna last. Maybe they'll last a long time. Maybe, in a few days they'll start to fall apart. So do you really need this? I think yes, you do need to get them. They're really cool to have. They're so inexpensive. You get 2 for $10. And if you buy it at Ulta, if you have accumulated enough points, you can use your points. This shape is awesome because you can do so many things with one sponge. When I first bought them, I just thought that one was smaller and the other one was bigger. And that was the only difference. But no, there's actually more difference than just the size. If you're looking for a more full coverage when it comes to your foundation, your concealer, your bronzer, your blush, whatever you're using, then definitely use the smaller, denser one. But hopefully you guys can see it when I did the blush, that the one that I did with this one, which is this side, it came out more like pigmented. And then when I blended out with this one, it was more like blended out, like it was more like sheared out. So if you're looking for a light coverage, then definitely use the bigger, softer one. I can see myself using this one way more because I go for a light coverage foundation. I think it's definitely something you might want to get your hands on and just try it for yourself. Like I said, they're not expensive. 10 bucks for 2. It's definitely way better than 20 bucks for only 1 when it comes to the beauty blender. All right, my honey bunnies, so that is my thoughts on the new EcoTools Perfecting Blender Duo. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.